Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Second killing in Hanover within 2 days. A 31-year-old man became the second person within 2 days to be shot and killed by gunmen in the parish of Hanover. 2 persons were also shot and injured in 2 separate incidents. The deceased in the latest incident has been identified as 31-year-old Brent Stetson of the Campbell's Hill, Lance Bay, Hanover address. Reports are that about 7 p.m. on Thursday, Stetson was driving a white Nissan AD wagon motor car with a female companion on board along the Georgia Main Road in Hanover when they were cornered by gunmen traveling in another car who opened gunfire, shooting up the Nissan vehicle. Both the female passenger and Stetson were hit and were rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced dead and the female was admitted for treatment. No motive has been established for the shooting, which followed another attack in the parish on Tuesday, in which 17-year-old student Zelan Curtis was shot and killed and his brother shot and injured during an early morning attack at their Campbell's Hill, Lance Bay home. Reports are that about 1:36 a.m., the brothers were asleep when they were pounced upon by gunslingers who gained entrance into their home by kicking a door open. The brothers, who were both shot, were subsequently rushed to a hospital where the 17-year-old was pronounced dead and his elder brother was admitted in critical condition. The police have not yet established any connection between the 2 attacks. Breadman killed near his Benz off Red Hills Road in St. Andrew. The police are investigating the murder of a popular elderly man off Red Hills Road in St. Andrew on Saturday morning. The deceased had so far been identified only by his alias Breadman. The police reported that Breadman parked his Mercedes-Benz motor car across the community of 85 Red Hills Road and walked into one of the lanes there. He was reportedly approached by 2 men who were aboard a motorcycle who shot him several times. The gunmen then rode from the crime scene. The victim was reportedly shot at least 4 times in the head and died on the spot. Breadman, who was a popular figure on Red Hills Road, and his death has sent shockwaves through his home community of Cassia Park. Several new Covid-19 measures announced by government. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced new measures aimed at containing the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19 on the island. Holness said the government was forced to act due to the capacity of the health system being threatened due to a spike in cases over the past week. Additionally, he stressed that Jamaicans have also started to take the COVID-19 pandemic for granted. He announced that effective Monday, March 1, the daily curfew will remain from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. This will remain in force until March 22nd. Regarding zoos, parks, gyms, attractions, and bars, these facilities will close at 6 p.m. daily between March 1 and March 22. In relation to both public and private schools, only students sitting external examinations in grades 6, 11, 12, and 13 are required to attend until March 22nd. All other students are to access classes via the online modality. Starting Thursday, March 4th, a work-from-home order will be enforced in the public sector, including ministries, departments, and agencies. This will run until March 22nd. However, the permanent secretaries will determine what critical employees are required to be present in the physical workspaces. In relation to the private sector, the work-from-home rule will not be mandatory. However, Holness said where a member of staff has comorbidities or physical challenges, they should be allowed to work from home. In relation to the public gathering limit, the measure will remain the same, allowing for up to 10 people to congregate. This will remain in place for 22 days from March 1. Meanwhile, for the next 3 weeks, no social events or ceremonies, unless virtual, will be held within the public sector. In regards to travelers entering the country effective Thursday, March 4, 2021, all persons entering Jamaica, both Jamaicans and non-Jamaicans, will be required to present a negative COVID-19 test. This should be conducted within 72 hours prior to the date of travel at check-in for their flights. For business travelers, they will be released from their quarantine after they present to the Ministry of Health and Wellness a negative COVID-19 test, which is conducted after arrival in Jamaica at their own expense. The ban on direct flights from the UK has now been extended to March 22nd. Holness said the COVID-19 protocols continue to be flouted by Jamaicans. As a result, the government has stated that effective March 8 to March 22nd, funerals and burials will be prohibited. We agonized over this decision, and having consulted from a public health point of view, it is almost impossible to allow this and bring the infection rate down at the same time, stated Holness. However, funerals that have been scheduled from March 1 to 8 will be allowed. In these instances, strict adherence to the 15-person rule should obtain, with no more than 10 mourners. For churches, they are mandated to only engage in online services until March 22nd, but activities are permitted for places of worship, and during that period, a maximum of 10 persons, including clergy, will be allowed to be physically present at the places of worship to facilitate online broadcasting. The cap on the number of persons permitted at marriage ceremony will be reduced from 50 to 25 persons for the next 22 days. However, where, based on space, only a number less than 25 persons can be accommodated to meet physical distance requirement, then that reduced number should be maximum. Holness further revealed that public beaches which are not under direct management and control, whether licensed under the Beach Control Act or not, as well as rivers, will be closed for 22 days starting March 1. The Prime Minister insisted that these measures will work, but suggested that they are costly. As the 2021-2022 budget is now being prepared, he pointed out that the government is seeing the impact of the pandemic on the economy. On that premise, Holness appealed to Jamaicans to obey the COVID-19 measures to reduce the spread of the virus. Prime Minister to open Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay. Starting next week, the public will be allowed limited access to the much-anticipated Harmony Beach Park, which was constructed on the grounds of what was known as Closed Harbour Beach Park in the resort city of Montego Bay. M&M Construction Limited, which undertook the development of the $1.3 billion project, handed over the facility to the state-run Urban Development Corporation (UDC) last week Friday, 4 days ahead of the official opening ceremony by Prime Minister Andrew Holness this Tuesday. The opening ceremony will be virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Besides, due to a sharp increase in cases of the virus across the island, the public will be forbidden from utilizing the beach during the first month of operation. We anticipate that this facility, which is open to the public and is indeed free access for the public, will be ready for persons to start viewing and to visit in limited numbers come next week, stated Lisa Golding, Deputy General Manager of the UDC, during a media tour last week Friday. The program forms part of UDC's Montego Bay redevelopment program, which saw the conversion of the 16-acre property, formerly called Dump Up Beach, transformed into the city's largest free public access beach park that will provide much-needed green space for recreational activities. Golding said the name Harmony Beach Park was chosen from a name of the park competition, which speaks to the type of facility and the benefits to the people of the second city. And it really speaks to what we anticipate this will do for Montego Bay, which is a meeting point, a fabulous green space, a fabulous entertainment space, a fabulous event space, and a mix of both the social activity, the beach and commercial activity, with supporting shops that have been put in place for the operations of this park, said Goldin. Goldin, who stressed that the vending will not be allowed on the property, also disclosed that the corporation has contracted landscaping and janitorial services. The park boasts several sustainable elements, including renewable energy by way of solar lighting, maintenance of the underwater sills to protect the beach and serve as a habitat for coral and fish, LED lights in the parking spaces, walkways, and a promenade sensitive to the concerns of birds and turtles. It also features a jogging trail, an amphitheater, partial open bathrooms that provides privacy and security, locker chests, multipurpose courts, a children play area, as well as a food station. Goldin said that 24-hour security will also be a key feature of the park. She stressed that apart from electronic security systems, foot patrons will also be in place. Already discussions have been had with private security stakeholders in the industry, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Jamaica Defense Force, and the St. James Municipal Corporation. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.